Hello students, welcome to Discover English. I am back with yet another lesson on some of the very common phrases that you can use in day-to-day conversation while speaking in English. Let me tell you one thing, students. I always encourage my students to try to inculcate as many phrases and as many idioms in their day-to-day conversation while speaking in English. The primary reason being, not only does it make you more confident while speaking in English, but it also leaves a lasting impression on the one who is listening to you. So I really hope that after watching this video, you would try to inculcate all these phrases in your daily conversation while speaking in English. So let us start discussing these phrases one by one. The first one that we have here is piping hot. The name itself indicates. Can you make out what piping hot is? That means something is extremely hot. For example, we say, I like my tea to be piping hot. That means you enjoy your tea when it is extremely hot. So when something is piping hot, that means that thing is extremely hot. The next one that we have here is crocodile tears. I'm sure most of you must have definitely heard this phrase being used many a times in spoken English. What it means is when somebody sheds crocodile tears, they pretend to be really sad about something when they are really not sad about it at all. For example, I can say that the beautiful lady shed crocodile tears when the policeman tried to charge her penalty for driving too fast. That means she tried to show that she is feeling very sad about it when she was not really sad about it at all. It was just that she was pretending to be sad, while actually she did not feel that emotion at all. So what it means is pretending to be sad about something. Pretending to be sad about something when you are really not sad about it at all. Let's move on to the next one. We have chicken-hearted fellow. Now, what does it mean? I'll give you one sentence here. Just try to guess the meaning, what it may mean. For example, I say, how can a chicken-hearted fellow like you think of becoming a soldier? I repeat, how can a chicken-hearted fellow like you think of becoming a soldier? That means the one who is chicken-hearted is easily frightened or cowardly person. Easily frightened or cowardly person. So whenever you come across any person who is easily frightened or who is quite cowardly, you can very well use this phrase chicken-hearted with him. The next one that we have is broad daylight. Well, this phrase is mostly used to talk about some shocking incident or a crime that happens during the daytime. That is when we use the phrase broad daylight, when a crime or some shocking incident happens during the daytime. For example, the bank was robbed during the broad daylight. Shocking incident or a crime happening during daytime. Happening during daytime. Now, coming to the next one, we have light sleeper. You might have seen some people who just wake up at the slightest of the sounds. So we use the word light sleeper for the ones whose sleep might get interrupted at the slightest of the noise, at the slightest of the sounds. So I say the phrase light sleeper means the one who wakes up at the slightest of the sounds. Now moving to the next one, we have cold reception. I'm wondering why that lady always gives me such a cold reception. That means half-hearted welcome. The person just treats you half-heartedly. That is when we say cold reception. That is half-hearted welcome. Half-hearted welcome. This is what we mean by the phrase cold reception. The last but not the least is rack one's brain over something. You might have many a times faced some situations wherein you would have tried your level best to get an answer to some, let's say, mathematical problem, or to solve a puzzle, or to get some answer to some quiz or some riddle, but you could not really get the answer to that puzzle. That is when we say that I have racked my brain over this particular problem. That means I have really tried hard to get the answer to this problem, but I could not. So what it means is to try and think hard to get an answer to something. To get an answer to something. So students, I hope that you would have very well understood all these phrases that we have discussed here in this lesson. I would consider this lesson to be truly successful not when you give me thumbs up or not when you subscribe to my channel, but when you actually start inculcating these phrases in your day-to-day conversation while speaking in English. That is when I'll consider this lesson to be truly successful. Of course, your likes and your subscription to my channel does matter a lot, but my humble request to you is that please try to inculcate these phrases in your spoken English. Trust me, you would feel much more confident while speaking in English, and not only that, it will leave a lasting impression on the one who is listening to you. I'll be back very soon with many more lessons which will help you enhance your spoken English. Stay tuned to my channel. See you very soon. Bye bye.